All right. Welcome. Look. Yeah, lady. Tell you these perps. Let me tell you, the sick-minded people, man. All right. The insanity. Damn, just missed the bus. The insanity of these people, crazy as hell. Right? Can be controlled to the point where they engage in such behaviors. Right? The way they engage in such behaviors. Right? Don't even know them from who knows what. You know what I'm saying? But they sure heck know me. Right? Because they've been given a narrative about me that is false, that is created. Again, and people don't even understand why. But, you know, that's what I'm here for. All right? They call me the explainer in chief. Okay, there you go. I'm going to explain it. I've been explaining it. So, people don't want to listen, that's their business. Yeah. Ambulance up there. Flashing their lights. Anyhow. So as I was getting on the bus, you know, usually the bus drivers, they'll usually lower the bus for me. But, you know, they like to do shit like this where I have to, you know, raise my feet higher just to get on the bus. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's just to cause you micro damage to your bad back. You know, like I said, they normally lower the bus, but they always got to find some bus driver to engage in this sort of tactics. But you know what I'm saying? And so I told him, I said, "Wow, brother, you can't lower the bus for me." Yes, the Predator New York Predator using their sirens, right? As I said, you can't lower the bus for me. See, they always like to play this game about, oh, you know, if you're down, they'll go from one extreme to the next. Or if you're down, they use the sirens. If you're up, you use the sirens. It's just to cause you confusion. So I don't really pay attention to it, but I do recognize what it is that they do, right? And again, it's to have you engage in things that will be to your detriment. You understand me? It's to have you sacrifice yourself so that other people can, you know, live in their delusion, right? It's to not have you tell people the truth, to give them knowledge so that they can make better decisions in their lives, right? Because again, you got to understand the traps. And by keeping us ignorant and by keeping us highly believers in terms of religion, they understand they can always have a large section of the society that's going to always fall into their traps, right? And will engage in self-detrimental behavior because they don't know any better. They don't know the truth. The people around them, again, instead of telling them the truth and telling them what they need to hear, they tell them what they want to hear. And again, that is how you create a certain types of personalities that are detrimental to that individual and to each other. But we don't, like I said, we don't get it. We don't understand. We don't get it. And like I said, I can't really blame us. You know, it ain't our fault. You know, this system is designed to, you know, cause us harm and to do us harm. You know, even online. You know, the internet. You know, like I said, we see how, you know, social media is used to condition the minds of particularly black women, whether they're older or younger, into believing, you know, or into having a delusional mindset, right? We see how a lot of men are, you know, they're being catfished by women who use these filters to make themselves look like somebody else. I mean, despite the fact that they do it with makeup anyway. But I'm talking about the way they're able to, you know, if they have a stomach, they're able to make themselves look thinner, you know, that kind of thing. And women will do that and put that image out there and then go on dates with men and then act shocked and surprised because the men, you know, either walk away from the date, you know what I'm saying? Or if the men are nice enough, they will, you know, go, you know, continue going to them. Look, stand in front of me. Look. Fighting, what is this? Fighting what? Demons? Look. Again, religious believers, all right? There's no such thing as demons. right? At least not in the sense that they're talking about, the religious sense, you know. Go look up the etymology of the word. I also go look up, we have these computers in our hands that are so powerful that we don't even look up the, certain things. Go look up the etymology of the word demons, right? And you see who demons were meant who demons were described as, okay? Remember, I talked about religion, white supremacist religion, the racist religion. A lot of these words was used to associate with black people, particularly black men and black women. Go read the book of Adam and Eve. Go read the second book of Adam and Eve, right? You know what I'm saying? Where the devil or Satan, or they say Satan tried to tempt Adam, right? By turning by turning himself into something that he was not. And then when God asked him to reveal, when God told Satan to reveal himself, guess who Satan was? Guess his true form was? That of a black woman. Okay? So, I tell you, when you have certain type of knowledge, again, they understand that you do because they look at everything that you do. Like I said, they understand all this information is out there. And so they are going to attack those of us who have the information, who are looking for the information, because now we know the truth, right? And the truth will make you angry. Because when you realize, I said the truth will make you angry. Yeah, whoop. Yes, the truth will make you angry. And it should. Why shouldn't it? When you've been lied to, you've been manipulated by a system that has continued to be used against you, to continue to lie to you, to continue to hide the truth from you, yeah, you're going to get angry. And there's nothing wrong with being angry, okay? It's a natural human response, natural human emotion. But what they try to do, again, using silent sound, I can go back to the Russians saying this, right? That imagine countries of the West using this technology to subdue the minds of the people, right? To turn them into zombies, right? To make them content in their oppression, to make them happy in their rights being taken away from them. Okay? There are things that I remember that just stays with me for whatever reason. I can forget about a lot of shit, but there's certain shit that is so profound that I read, having that knowledge that, I haven't forgotten yet. Right? So, anyhow. What else? I wanted to talk about something. I was on the bus thinking of something, and what else did I want to talk about? Let's see. I know. I'll tell you. There's a reason why I do this, so people can understand the effect of these programs. And so whatever I go through, I'm showing you guys, and you guys can experience with me. You know what I'm saying? At least some of it, to see what it is that they've been doing and how it affects TIs. All right? Because a lot of times, like I say, they want you to become silent because they don't want you to, they don't want people sympathizing with you. They don't want people to, help you in any way, to remove sort of help from you, unless it's them. They're the ones that have to help you, right? And they're not helping you in a good way. It is to manipulate you so they can use you, and then they can discard you. So they will promise you money, they'll give you a promotion. Okay, that's nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you what though, you're not waking up in the morning going to your bank account and see $1 million in there. Okay? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they'll promote you at your job. They'll give you an extra 10,000 more than, the average a black man or black woman would make. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're in a specialized field, they'll give you that 6-figure, but it ain't that high 6-figure that they're giving everybody else. Right? It ain't the high 6-figure that they're giving the white man or the white woman or the Asian man or the Asian woman. Right? Or the Pakistani man, Indian man, what have you. And those don't say Indian men from India, And it's, what I'm saying? Because they don't consider themselves to be black anyway. They consider them to be other. They're not white, but they're not black. They're Indian. They're Pakistani. They can be blacker than me, but they're not black. Right? As if, again, they think that black people are synonymous with Africa. Yes, everybody comes from Africa, but when you look at which other country have the second most populous group of black people outside of the West, but in Asia, you'll see it's India, right? And why? Because India was an Ethiopian colony, was a black colony. And if you read about the history of India, you would understand that India, the population in India was all black before the Germans, right, invaded. Okay, and they created the class system, right? Because they didn't bring their women with them, so they had to. A lot of times it was due to rape, right? So a lot of these lighter-skinned Indians today are a product of, sexual assault. That's not something to be proud of. A lot of black people in America, in the Caribbean, are products of, sexual assault. All right? Go read about breeding farms. Okay? A lot of black people in America and in the Caribbean, even in Britain, are products of, the you know what I'm saying? I don't want to use the word because I don't want Facebook to, mess with my video. But again, it's also it's because of the breeding farms. Yeah, that's the most horrible thing. Some of the most horrible things that you can do to human beings have been done to us by white people, and we're still feeling the negative effect of that up until this day. Right? And a lot of us don't even understand why. But again, if you don't study history, as I said the word why, again, they've been using that word too, why. And I'm gonna ask them, why do this to me? Why experiment on me, my brother, other people? Why do it? Why why spray chemicals in a housing project in which predominantly black people live? Why build housing on poisoned land, chemically poisoned land, and sell those only to black people, right? Why build high schools in which black children go to on land that is poisoned, right? Why? Just as a TI, whenever they introduce certain things to you, think about it, right? Think about it and look at their history so that they can't, try to create this self-blame within you or have you blame yourself for things that they're responsible for, right? Why didn't the U.S. government make sure that, lead paint was removed in public housing, which predominantly black people and Hispanic people live in? Why isn't it up until this day that you have, particularly here in New York, nicer apartment complexes that still have lead paint, right? Why is it that NYCHA don't fix these apartments where you have elderly black women and black women with children living in that have big holes in their ceilings, that have to use cardboard for doors? Why? Right? Why not fix the elevator in those public housing buildings in which children have lost their lives? Why? So don't, you know what I'm saying? So don't do that, because it's not going to work. But like I said, knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. Knowledge also makes a man and a woman unfit to be a slave. It also makes a man and a woman look at the reality and not self-blame, but blame who is responsible, right? And 99% of black people's problem in America, who is responsible for that? But the U.S. government. The other 1% is our inability to wake up from the conditioning, from the psychological conditioning, right? And see the truth for what it is. That's our 1%. But 99% of the issues negatively affecting black people in America, they don't like that. But it's true. 99% of the problem that is affecting black people in America negatively is the U.S. government, the white, racist, supremacist government. And you're not going to convince me otherwise. You're not going to try to get me to blame myself or to blame other black people. Yeah, I expose what it is that they're doing to me. But again, like I said, this is to help them also. Okay? It may not seem like it, but they'll understand. Okay? So yeah, again, they use the sirens, you know. And you know why? Look at the red. 1, 2, 3. See that? 1, 2. Got a woman walking across the street. Woman standing there. She just got moved over there, right? So I talk about how they do things in threes. Be 3 white cars intersecting one another, 3 gray cars intersecting 3 black cars. You know what I'm saying? 3 red cars, and then people wearing those colors also intersecting each other, right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, look, like I said, I know them so well. And speaking of threes, look, wearing black, all black. In threes, 1, 2, 3. I mean, she has a jacket on, but she has a black shirt underneath, right? So what did I just say? What did I just say? When you look, he's sticking his finger in his ears. When you start to realize, when you start to see the patterns, you'll understand. Another 3 again. 1, 2, 3. I'm black. Always in threes. Always in threes. Like I said, you gotta understand and see the patterns. Like I tell Pam all the time, I say, listen, you have to be able to identify your patterns that have been conditioned into you. Okay? But she doesn't want to. You know, she's busy having fun and giving me the middle finger and like I said to her, I'm not trying to stop you from having your fun. I just want you to put your children as a priority, not an afterthought. And just because you have Alyssa doing gymnastics, which I appreciate, right? Ethan in jiu-jitsu, because I was going to pay for him to go to karate, but again, anything to upstage me, because again, that's what they do. We're constantly in competition trying to upstage each other, and she is like that. But what she doesn't understand is that what they do to her will eventually harm her, and is harming her, but it's also harming our kids. You're not harming me. Okay, you are not harming me. In terms of with the whole emotional abuse thing, I'm not emotionally, I'm upset at times because again, the shit that she does. Like for example, like I don't know if I talked about this, but Alyssa, spilled juice on her tablet, new tablet that I got her. Okay, and so now her she was trying to press to put in her password and it wasn't registered, her password. And so I had to open up the tablet and I said to her, I've told you about leaving drinks around your tablet and spilling it. She's like, no, I didn't. I said, listen, I can look at the screen. That is why I asked you. Every time I buy the kid's tablet, I always buy a case that is in which the tablet goes into the case, right? Meaning that it has a protective screen as well as a protective back, right? So it's encased in, the tablet is encased inside the case. And when I looked at the screen to that, so I knew she spilled liquid on the tablet. And she told me that she didn't. And I said to her, listen, you spilled liquid on the tablet. She didn't. So I take the tablet out of the case and there's water or liquid on the screen. I'm looking at the case cover underneath the plastic, the clear plastic part of the case. And of course, there's, you can see that there's juice. And juice went into the case, and because the case is not really waterproof, right? Because this case that I bought, the other case they didn't have, So those cases, they're not really waterproof, but they're like dust proof, but they're not really waterproof. And I'm telling her, and she's telling me no, she doesn't, and she's literally, not wanting to admit that she did. And I said to her, listen, just be honest. Yeah, I'm gonna be upset, right? But be honest. And she's just there swearing up and down. And I'm like, yep. Pam came in and she was like, I smacked her in her butt. And Pam came in and she was like, you yelling at her this and that. I said, Pamela, earlier before you left, you was yelling at her. Why? Because she ended up she opened up things that she wasn't supposed to open up that up belong to you, right? She's always wasting your hair products and you yell at her all the time. So don't tell me not to raise my voice. I can raise my voice at her. I said, this is what you do. You think, and again, I said, this is what happens. When you get into this mode where you feel, you can get upset because she's messing with your stuff, but when I'm trying to teach her how to be responsible for her things, right? And I raise my voice, all of a sudden you have a problem with that, right? And again, I said to her, there's a difference in terms of who she listens to, right? When it comes to a lot of things, okay? So, but again, she came in the living room like, oh, you gonna listen to me and I'm gonna shut you down. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, okay, so you must have think because, the helicopter came by flying low, try to affect my nervous system. You got in the house and all of a sudden you walk up to me and you want to give me the middle finger, what have you. That I'm scared, right? I said to her, I'm not scared. Listen, like I said, if I was a different type of man, right? You trust me, you wouldn't even attempt to do that shit with, because you would have learned your lesson a long time ago. All right? But the thing is that a lot of these women are emboldened by these white supremacists and these black Sambos and Sambinas on the predator departments, right? The police predator departments, that they're using them, and they don't even understand they use them for sex. They use them for, I talk about the story of that police officer, the black police officer in the Bronx, right? Who was threatening to arrest these women children because he wanted to sleep with them. So he was literally holding their children hostage so he could sleep with their mother. I mean, this is the mindset of those within the predator department, right? This is the mindset of those in the predator department. They're in the courthouse too. The child support office or court office, right? They're manipulating these black women so they can sleep with them, right? Come on, these people are deviant. They're more deviant than anybody else. Anyway, talk to you guys next week.